Hey guys, good morning or afternoon, whichever one you consider it. I don't know. I hope you're all doing well. So today I'm going over things I learned this from this crisis that I'm in. So for those of you who forgot or didn't see my other video, in short, I was diagnosed with scoliosis in middle school and was told to do physical therapy. Didn't much care for it. Did it here and there. Was told to keep doing it until I get taller, and I just did it on and off. They told me there's no cure, and I just keep doing that stuff. Then and they tell you it's like a sideways curvature of the spine. If you want to look it up, scoliosis, and if you and in you, they tell you if it worsens in your teenage years, you have stuff to seriously worry about. So mine did, and junior year and first semester, senior year of high school, I felt with a lot of aches and pains and whatnot, and it didn't look super good. And then finally, first semester, senior year winter break, I'm browsing YouTube and just looking at remedies for it and just finding stuff to help me. And I find this guy with this video to cure scoliosis, and he's like, scoliosis? Yes, you can fix it. And people, and I was just like, ooh, I want to try that. And people were doubting me a lot, and I was just at first, I was just like, hold on, I want to try this. I'm in a lot of pain. And then, not too long after, I see things working out, and people see me straightening up, and there were some people who doubted me and told me to be careful, and I. In the beginning, I was just like, okay, I will be, and then after a bit, I got too cocky, and I'm just like, heck, I got this stuff, and I would just laugh off people who were telling me to watch what I was doing, and I'm just like that. I was just like that teenager, and for pretty much all of 2020, uh, until the last couple weeks, until December 14th, I was doing it, and I had the stuff down pretty well, and it straightened me out incredibly well. And finally, on December 14th, my body was pretty much golden, and there were just things that would mess around once in a while. They would get a little bit out of alignment, and I was doing the stretch to fix up my shoulders, and I don't know if I want to, and part of me loses my credibility for this guy because of it. I don't know. But I was doing the stretch, and he says not to do it a certain way, to not come at the expense of your lumbar spine. And guess what I did? And I heard something crack, and I went into extreme panic and anxiety and depression. And I've sort of been there in a crisis for the past 2.5 months. And with God's help, it'll all heal. I don't know. I sure hope it will. I'm hoping this is a spiritual message from God to tell me to not be too egotistical and appreciate what I have and not laugh at other people who are telling me to be careful. And once this has stopped teaching me, it will finally leave. I don't know. That's it. Hopefully, we live in a fair world. Um, so I was going to go over things I've learned from my injury, and yeah. So one thing, think before you act. Huge thing. For a while in 2020, it was just I was getting to the happiest point in my life. The problem in my life so far was the latest bit of 2020, and I had for the most part come to the conclusion that I could just stop all of my problems that I created for myself by just think before I speak and act. Not 95% of the time or all of the time, and it was just I would miss things once in a while, and it would and it would do me a bit of harm, but whatnot. But finally, I missed this one, and I'm like, be more careful, kid. And so I got that one. And I also have just don't give up, hang in there. You're probably overthinking this. I don't know. But let's see. I have, of course, taken warning seriously for sure. Learning to appreciate what I have. It was a lot of the time I had that. Um, I would just think to myself, oh, my day is not, that kind of sucks. Oh well, I have my normal body. Life is good. This is awesome. Anyhow, so there's that. And there's also, of course, I wanted to thank everyone so much who helped me or tried to help me for a couple weeks and gave me attention and whatnot. I appreciate you, including a lot of you guys. Thank you so much if you did. And let's see. And the one thing this really taught me, this was the set of something called 6 important guidelines in life that unfortunately I came across this after the incident, too late, but I just looked back and sort of summarized all of my mistakes, and I'm just like, yeah, that's me. Oh well, hopefully with God's help I'll be cured, I'll be healed, and I'll learn not to, and I'll have those guidelines to help me direct me and make my life better afterwards. Hopefully so. So it says, when you are alone, first guideline, when you are alone, mind your thoughts. And it's just like me, I'm just like that teenager being like, hey, I'm gonna do this dangerous exercise in private, better enjoy it with nobody to watch me, YOLO. And that's what happens. Yep. Don't do that. Don't do that crap. Second off, when you are with friends, mind your tongue. I didn't do this too much. I guess there were a couple people who were telling me to be wary, that I kind of like left at them and left with other people at them, so I should definitely stop doing that. I've said once a couple months ago, there's a lot of things I miss from high school and things I would go back for, but gossiping, come on man, just something I have to leave in the past. Let's see. Number 3, when you are angry, mind your temper. For sure. This is, it's like there were a lot of times that I just like took it out on people from just like being sad or grumpy, who, I mean, it was not by any means their fault that I injured myself, and you know, they've heard about it enough, they need to move on. So yeah. See, when you're in a group, mind your behavior. Same sort of thing. Yeah. Just be a likable person to be around. Number 5, when you are in trouble, mind your emotions. Same sort of thing. Like, you know, you let it out in the beginning. You got to be in the middle with your traits. You never want to be one extreme or the other. So it's just like, yeah, you let it out a bit at first. You communicate, but at the end of the day, we're all human. They have things they need and want to. You let out a bit of yours. They have to let out some of theirs. And, you know, you help each other. It's not all about you. Duh. And lastly, and by far most importantly, when God starts blessing you, mind your ego. Now, this was like one conversation I had with one of you guys when I was telling him, you know, dude, it just made me so overconfident and cocky to have all these results coming to me so quickly, and I just felt invincible, and I had a big ego and whatnot, and he's just like, really, man? I thought it would have been the opposite. I thought you would have been like, wow, I can do anything. This is amazing. There's so little I know. It's like one saying in martial arts that the most dangerous belt to fight is not a black belt, but a green belt, as you would think. Well, as it goes, as it might go, somebody who's a black belt might just think, oh, I know it all, I can do anything, I'm invincible, and get themselves into stupid stuff and trouble, and get into do something they might regret, whereas someone who's a green belt is more like, hey, I learned a lot, I can do some stuff, but they're also just like, hey, there's a world ahead of me, I gotta be careful. So that's where I should be. And looking back at my old video, the proper way to have made that video would not by any means how I did it. That was wrong. Just being like, and people were just like, no, you can't do it. Just it would have been more better to be like, and I had this condition, and I was in some pain, and people said to me, people were doubting me. They didn't think I could cure it because that was what they heard, but I wanted to try it out. So I did it, and thank God, it was miraculous. It cured me. I'm just in awe. I'm in humility about what I can do. It's amazing. Thank God. So that would have been the correct attitude to have. And so that's what I took away from this. I hope you enjoy it. Hope you can take away some. Hope you can learn something from the video. Take it away. Find it you appreciate it. Find it. And alright, thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day. I love you all. Take care.